Welcome to the Only Maids Podcast. Now your hosts from Dallas, Texas, Nikki and Misty.
Hello. Welcome to the Only Maids Podcast. How you doing, Misty?
Good. How are you, Nikki?
I'm hanging in there.
I understand you've got us a very interesting topic today.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
I'm excited for this one. We're going to be talking to Breakfast Boss, and he is the owner of a nude cleaning service.
Okay.
Yes. What do you think about this topic?
I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. I think some people look at it like scandalous, like an escort service maybe, or
Right.
different ways I think people like frown upon it.
I do
when they
too.
hear
I
about
think
it.
it's like kind of a stigma or taboo.
Yeah, 'cause it's dirty.
Right.
Yeah.
But cleaners clean dirty things.
For them with no clothes on.
Right. Exactly.
But
But
very little clothes.
right. And I do know that there is a growing interest in nude cleaning. So,
Yeah.
it's, especially with social media
Uh-huh.
and everything, all the crazy things you see on there's definitely a growing interest. And I want to know all about it.
There's a nude running club. Why not nude cleaning business?
I remember you mentioned that. Well, I mean, speaking of, like I was telling you earlier, I was Googling some topics in regards to like nude cleaning and things like that. And I saw this term that I had never seen before, and I guess it's called naturism.
Okay.
So apparently this is where you just do everyday mundane things nude. Like
outside?
running. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, in your home, anywhere.
Wait, how is that not illegal?
But being naked isn't illegal, is it?
Well, I mean, if you if you're like rid of
Like no clothes,
if
no
you-
shoes.
I mean, if you flash somebody, you can get
That's
a ticket
true.
For that.
That's true. That's very true.
So you
So
can just walk out naked now and not get a ticket.
I don't know, but this naturism thing is to kind of taking off. I was looking online, and it's a very popular. Apparently, people are doing all kind of things naked,
Gardening,
barbecuing,
Can you
cleaning.
imagine barbecuing naked?
That I do not recommend. I don't recommend that.
Singeing some hairs.
Right, but just like you were talking about the naked running club.
Yeah.
These are normal things. Naked.
See, I couldn't do that though. Like, I mean, especially I could almost see a girl with small breasts running naked, but a guy and his wanker just like flopping around everywhere.
As extra, and that's a little bit a lot, right?
Wouldn't
And
that hurt?
I love that you were particular about that small breast.
Well,
Yeah, because with the larger one,
it's going to be like
annoying.
annoying you, like flopping around everywhere, like kind of like how a wiener would.
Right.
Like,
so naturism
That would be
definitely.
uncomfortable to me.
Yeah, naturism is not for everyone, but it's a new thing, and we
Okay.
definitely want to explore it, especially with the cleaning boss. Well, the breakfast boss.
breakfast boss,
Excuse me, I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that. So he's going to talk about their experience with their business. The ladies are,
Yeah.
dressed a little bit sexy,
Okay.
and they go in and do the cleaning service, and we want to know more. That's where I was saying the naturism thing, that article that I found. It was a young lady who had brought it up, who she was talking about her experience as a nude cleaner.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and she said that it comes from, she's one of those, part of that naturism community. So that's just a part of life, really. She enjoys being nude. She doesn't have any
She's probably a
problem.
nudist.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think she is. So we're going to talk about and get more into this, about this nude thing, this nude cleaning, this naturism thing, and just being naked.
I thought about doing a topless cleaning service before.
Right.
And, so this is what got me on the idea of it. This was years ago too.
Right.
So I was like, clean. This guy had hired me to come clean, and I walked out into the living room for whatever, to get something, and he was just sitting there on his couch, completely naked, watching porn and jacking off. And
Oh my goodness. Now that.
I thought it's time for me to go.
Right.
So I left.
Right. Yeah.
I
He
didn't
was.
even say anything. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm out of here."
Right. That was not naturism. That was something else.
Yes, yeah, definitely did not want me there cleaning. But I was like, I guess people. I mean, like if I were to do like a topless clean service, I mean, I think people would hire them.
Right.
You know?
And I hate the stigma around this. Why?
I think it's because the people that are hiring these kind of girls are probably perverts. I mean,
I don't want to say that.
well,
I don't like these generalizations at all. They really bother me because I think that we're going to talk to the Breakfast Boss and find out, who his market clientele is. But, maybe there's just some bachelors
and there
or
could
single
be
men.
some women.
There could be very well be women.
Clientele.
So that's kind of, this episode is to dispel those misconceptions about this particular industry is what we're going to do. So we're going to talk to the Breakfast Boss and have him come on, and here we go. Hey guys. Hey, thanks for joining us. We are joined today with our guest, Breakfast Boss, he goes by, and he's the owner of Neat and Naked. Yes.
Hello. Hey ladies, thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
We're glad to have you.
Yes, we are excited about this interview.
Yeah, we really are. There are so many questions we have for you.
Let's do it.
Okay. How about first you start off and tell us a little bit about yourself and your business, Neat and Naked?
Yeah, for sure. So I go by Breakfast Boss. Neat and Naked was actually a service that I created as a cleanup service for my naked private chef service that I have.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, so I actually own Naked Breakfast, which is a nude private chef service. Essentially, just real quick. Essentially, what that is when you're doing a mini celebratory event, you have a chef, you have servers. What we did was we put a spin on it. So the chef, they're fully clothed, but the servers are nude while they host, serve, and engage with the customers. Okay. But after those events, we're in clients' homes, we would have to clean up. But with those events, you have servers been on heels for 6 hours. They're tired. So I created another group of ladies to come and clean after those events. But clients started to ask if they could book them next week or can they come later and clean.
Wow.
And I'm like, I guess they could. It was supposed to just be for our company, but I'm like, I guess they could. And I had a couple more clients do that. And I end up making Neat and Naked.
I love that.
I opened it up to the public.
Yes.
That's good.
So we ask all of our guests, what does the word made mean to you?
How does it make you feel?
Yes. Let's get that out the way.
Yes.
So we don't say maid.
Okay.
I refer to them as housekeepers.
Yeah.
If I don't say cleaning kittens, I like cleaning kittens.
Right.
That's cute.
But
I like that.
Yeah, but I mean, we use cleaners, housekeepers. Maid for me, if I don't use that, but maid for me is like really old.
Yeah.
That's like an old terminology. I feel like
that's how we feel about it too.
That's our consensus.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw it away.
So, I wouldn't even be able to. I don't know what that is. It's like a butler. What is that?
Right. Yeah, we discussed that. We decided the only use for the word maid is for the title of this podcast. So we definitely agree with you. But yeah, so we love that.
Cool.
So that inspired the concept of Neat and Naked. So how's it been going? Obviously, you said did it grow fast from the chef into the cleaning, or how is it?
Yeah. So I had a lot of leverage with Naked Breakfast because I've been growing that since I was 19. I'm 27 now.
Okay.
Wow.
So
that's where Breakfast Boss came from.
Yeah. Oh, well, that, and then it's two things most every woman loves, and that's breakfast and that's bosses. So Breakfast Boss.
Yeah.
Boom.
I like breakfast in bed.
Yes, that's what you made her think of.
Yeah. I've been going by Breakfast Boss for a while, but yeah, so it was real easy to transition over into the cleaning because cleaning is a lot more cost efficient for our clients. The private chef service is in the thousands. Mm-hmm. So with this service, I have it very, very affordable, in my opinion. And our cheapest chapter is, I believe, $49 an hour.
Wow.
So 3 hour minimum. Very, very affordable. You get great energy. You get a clean home.
Yeah.
So we're curious, who's the target market for? I mean, we both have cleaning businesses, and we have an idea of who our target client is. Who is the target client for? Do you consider this? What do you refer to it as? Because the ladies aren't nude, so it's not a nude
no, they're
service.
Not. Yeah, no, it's not a new service. It's not a new service at all. The Naked comes from parent company, or the sister company, Naked Breakfast. So it's just a nice, fun word. We're definitely not naked. We actually got these are some of our Chicago girls right there.
Excellent.
They're in bodysuits and shorts, and we have some other attire. But our target, you said our target.
Yeah, your target.
Audience?
Yeah, target client, target audience.
It depends on overselling. So if we're just, on social media, we have a big age range when it comes to who we're targeting for certain things. If we're selling apparel, if we're selling, tickets or, like that. But if we're doing actual services, we don't only want to target people that are like 25 and up, 25 to like 50, but that's what we typically get because those are the ones that have homes.
Right.
And those are the ones that can pass our verification process.
Yes.
Typically. So it's not our targeted audience, but that's the audience that we attract.
What is the verification process?
That's what I was about to ask.
Oh yeah. So
you verify your clients?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't, every new client has to go through our verification process. Typically it's supposed to be a smooth process. And when it's not smooth, we typically don't do business with them and we don't want to do business with them. But when a new client books, so if you were to book right now, what we would need to do is verify your identity, verify your address and your payment method.
Wow.
We go viral a lot. So we had a big issue with chargebacks, humongous issue with chargebacks. We would go viral on TikTok and people would just book it and they would use whatever card, whatever, anything. So what we started doing was we started verifying clients by their ID. ID needs to match your ID and address needs to match the service location you use for your booking.
Okay.
So we can know exactly. So we don't do Airbnbs. We don't do hotels.
Okay.
You can't book it for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be the client, whoever bought the service has to be the one we're providing the service for.
Okay.
In addition to the ID and the address verification, we need their credit card. So we only do the last four. We get the last four when they book. So we want to see the last four. Put your fingers over the other numbers, and then make sure your name matches the ID, which also matches the name you use for your address, and then the booking reservation. So that way we're able to know exactly who's there. It's a big deterrent. We've never had any issues with safety.
Okay.
From a client. Yeah, and we've been doing this for 3 years.
Excellent. Okay. But tell us more about that. We took a poll with our cleaning community of what they wanted us to ask you. And a lot of them were curious about the safety concerns and, how your safety protocols. What exactly are they and how do you ensure that your ladies remain safe at all times?
Yeah, so we're trying to roll out more features for our team. Right now, what we do is we make sure clients understand what our booking policy is and then our service compliance. Okay. So when they're booked, they're seeing that. And then also they're always contacted by a scheduling manager. So depending on what chapter you're on, I'm one of the scheduling managers, depending on what chapter. So you're reaching out to them. They know that the cleaning staff, they're not working alone.
Okay.
They're actually contacted by 2 or 3 different sources. So they're able to see that, which is a big deterrent. What we want to implement is, and then we'll end the service if you do it's on our website. Complimenting is fine, but if you make anybody feel uncomfortable, service completely over first time, and it's to the cleaner's discretion. And then they know that they're not going to be penalized. They're still getting paid. Everything's all, well on our end as far as compensation, but the client gets blacklisted.
Right. Okay.
What we want to implement is we've been seeing a lot of people or a lot of contractors that do like house calls for other services. They use like these bracelets and necklaces where they're like panic buttons.
Really?
That's
which like dispatch the local authorities. And then also we can incorporate it into our app, and we will be able to be notified as well if there's a situation.
Okay.
So we haven't rolled that out just yet because there's just so many companies.
Right.
So we're trying to, and we're in 5 states, so we want to have it all on the same network.
What states?
So we're in Georgia, we're in Illinois, Florida, Texas, North Carolina.
Excellent. Excellent. How's Texas treating you guys? That's where we are.
I like Houston. Houston's nice. We're launching Dallas next month.
Okay.
That's where we're at in Dallas.
Dallas. Okay, yeah. I'm actually going to be out in Dallas coming up here shortly. Next weekend.
But it sounds like you guys are on top of safety protocols. That was a big question everybody had.
Oh yeah. Our verification process is already solid. We're pretty thorough with. We know who our client is. I mean, you can't obviously. Some people are crazy. Yeah. But people not that crazy. You know what I mean? A lot of our clientele they got stuff to lose, and they know that we're not going for Riff raff, BS.
A couple of the other questions that were brought up is
Hiring
policies. Well, remember policies.
Yeah.
A few of the ladies wanted to know how does that work? Are when the ladies are there? Obviously they're not allowed to be touched or anything like that.
Yeah.
What other policies do you guys have in place to ensure that everything goes smoothly?
There's no sexual acts going on.
Or are there?
Yeah, no, not at all. Before we even hire anybody, we do an overview for our clinic. So I'm just gonna read it to you.
Okay.
So what is Neat and Naked? We are a light but effective cleaning and sanitation company. We make sure our clients love the post product of our detailed cleaning and sanitation services while enjoying the view during the process.
Right.
So that's what Neat and Naked is. What Neat and Naked is not. It's important to understand what Neat and Naked is not, however. This is not an escort service, and you will have to agree and comply with strict terms of service agreement. This agreement will outline the terms of work to be completed and may explicitly prohibit any lewd acts, prostitution, etc.
Right.
There's some more stuff on there, but I'm not going to read it. But as far as the terms of service for our cleaners, how that
Mm-hmm. That's excellent.
I wonder if anybody's ever violated. Do you know if anybody violates? Like, how would you know?
The ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Clients talk.
Yeah, they do.
But we occasionally get we go viral a lot. So we get a lot of clients that make up stuff.
Right.
If we have anything brought to our attention, we definitely try to check it to make sure it's valid, or to see. A lot of times when we see it, we automatically assume it's just BS. They don't put a name on it or anything. Right. So we fish for as much information as we can to see if it's valid. If it's valid, then we would address it.
Definitely.
But we haven't been able to pinpoint anything that was valid from people. A lot of people comment and say, "Oh, I had this cleaner," and we're like, "What cleaner?" And they'll make up stuff to keep their attention. They just want to talk.
Exactly.
But they don't say anything. So we have to dismiss it.
Right. What about the level? This is something that I personally am interested in from following you guys. So what about the level of cleaning? Like, is it real cleaning, detailed cleaning, or do you actually train these ladies on cleaning? Is what I'm curious about.
Yep. So our application process, we want to know where you work. A lot of the girls have worked for cleaning services or like hotels or in-home healthcare, somewhere where you got some type of idea of like what needs to be done. Or, some people just keep their house clean. You have a family that don't play that,
Yes. Yeah.
So we still go down a checklist with everybody. We do during our onboarding process. We're training the girls on what to hit because we want everything to be clean like an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Like when you check into an Airbnb, there's certain things you're looking for. But we make sure that they know what to clean.
Right.
Because I know for me, if I walk into a hotel and the light switch cover is dirty, the whole place is dirty.
Right.
I don't care if it's a fingerprint. Like everything's dirty. I didn't clean.
Yeah.
So I let them know like it could smell spotless. You could have did everything, and then you didn't dust off something that was like right in their face.
Right. Exactly. And so everything as far as for them, everything like cleaning with little clothing on is sanitary. Everything is safe. What kind of protocols do you guys have there? Because I know me personally, I clean. I make sure my hair is covered for dust, and I cover up kind of excessively. But so, how do these ladies deal with that?
Yeah, so we've only had probably 3 clients that actually needed like commercial cleaning. Okay, almost like deep cleaning. So with that, we typically have clients send pictures in. We use an app, so they send pictures in of the work that they need completed. If it's something that we feel like needs like hazmat suit type of work, then we can't do it. Right. But as far as our products that we're using just a basic household product. So most of the girls already they clean in less clothing than we actually clean on their own. So it's like you know what I mean. So but we are doing gloves. We're making sure their stuff that like their feet are covered and stuff like that. Right. But yeah. As far as us walking into something that is just like poop all over the place, we're not doing that. Right. We actually don't do pet areas. So we don't do pet areas. We don't do HVACs. We don't do. We can't remove any mold. Right. heavy stain removal, just to make sure we don't have to keep certain supplies on our kids. Because if that touches your skin, your legs and stuff like that are exposed. We don't want any irritation.
Yeah, some of that stuff burns.
It does.
Comes into contact with your skin.
Yeah.
And it's like stove cleaner. Oh my gosh, like that stuff. Like
it will take your skin off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even the fumes from it.
Yeah, are horrible.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, crazy. Yeah, some of the girls wear masks. Some of them are like immune to it. I'm like,
right.
That's what you,
Do you know how to clean? Are you?
me?
Yes.
Yeah, I know how to. Clean. I know. I know how to clean. Yeah. Yeah, I know how to clean.
Excellent.
Okay.
I don't clean. I don't clean often though. I don't clean often. So, with Naked Breakfast, I actually have a playhouse. A lot of our Naked Breakfast staff live in the playhouse. So we have a chef. We have a chef. We have cleaners. So I just take care of business and like the little stuff I won't do, but I definitely know how to clean.
Okay.
I love that. That's why I really wanted to talk to you, because I feel like, there's a stigma around, at least in the cleaning community that we're in, there's a stigma around nude or, this type of cleaning service. And I don't know why, you know what I mean? But talking to you, it's just clear that, he's running a business. He's a businessman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I actually found the terms of service if I got a second to read it.
Yes.
Okay.
Checklist. Okay, so for the terms of service, they just initial to it, and we go over it. This is the contract we actually go over with them. But during services, you are not to have any sexual touching with clients or team members.
Okay.
Or team members, I like that.
Yeah, because these girls. Yeah.
Okay, never thought about like
right.
Listen.
Come here, honey, give me a kiss.
Sorry, we're listening.
We're fine. So you're not to exchange any personal contact information with the intent to have any outside relationship or conduct any business whatsoever. You are not to participate in any activities other than cleaning to secure tips. So no dancing. If you know how to sing, no singing. No cartwheels, no cartwheels.
None of that.
Just cleaning.
Yeah.
Nothing. There should be no dancing, stripping, performing, entertainment, or any kind of service other than the cleaning service.
Right.
You must remain professional and honest during service. Any theft claims will be reported and investigated. Any breach of company client trust line would not be tolerated. We never had any issues with that. We do background checks too on our cleaning kittens.
Good.
No fighting or arguing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. No fighting or arguing with team members or clients. It's simple. It's
I
obvious.
had a girl throw a broom at me once.
Oh Lord.
What?
Yes. In a client's house.
Oh, well, then that's definitely an important policy to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time for you to go home.
No violence.
Yeah, no. Too catty.
Right.
There should be no future arrangements made with clients to do any private work, visits, or appointments of any kind without written consent from a manager. And then our last, we got two more. Any sex or entertainment, whether or not you receive money, will be considered escorting without a license or prostitution, and will be reported to proper authorities the very first time it comes to light. And then there's no illegal drugs or alcohol during or before services.
Right.
Yeah, so a lot of clients want us to drink with them, and for safety reasons, we don't.
Right.
I love that.
I just want to make.
He's just running a niche cleaning business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're in there to clean, and they just happen to be sexy.
Yeah.
They just look good. Yeah, they just look good.
They look good. But how do you find your girls?
Yeah.
Usually.
We got a big presence on social media, so I know how to run. I know how to target, and then I got a pretty good team that can put together reels and content. Yeah. So you just post content, then you just target a certain area, and then they come flocking.
Right.
They come flocking.
And you said your vetting process of them is pretty thorough also. You said you do background checks and...
Yeah. So we have chief of staff, Ariana. She actually does the initial listing for the prospects. We have 3 lists. We have black list, we got gray list, and then green.
Oh, wow.
Green list means that they move past the initial process and they can be interviewed. Black is never.
I like that.
Yeah, black is never, and gray is like they're a good candidate, but they live in Washington. We don't have a chapter in Washington, so they're just gray.
Right. So how business obviously is it successful? Is this a successful business model for those thinking about it? Is it lucrative?
Heck yeah! I got 2 chapters open. I got one in Dallas launching next month, and then I have North Carolina launching next month.
Awesome.
It's very lucrative.
Seven chapters altogether.
No. So those are already chapters. They just didn't launch it. So
Okay.
yeah. So we have 6 chapters, 5 states.
Okay. Okay.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Breakfast Boss. We are so happy to have been able to interview you and get some more insight onto this industry. Tell
Yeah,
everybody where they can follow you.
So just go to our website, neatnaked.com.
Okay.
So that's just Neat Naked. Our company is Neat and Naked, but neatnaked.com. You'll see all of our social medias at the bottom there, just because we change our names up sometimes, and we're actually in the process of changing our names. And every single chapter has a different Instagram and a different Twitter and a different TikTok, different Facebook. So I could give you probably what's 6 times 4 different. Too many pages.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well,
So just go to our website.
Thank you. We appreciate it. So neatnaked.com.
No,
Yep.
Neat Naked.
Neat Naked. Where did I get the N from?
Neatnaked.com.
I don't know.
That's a company name. But I think Ann and somebody's domain name is just extra. Like,
Neat Naked.
you just check it out. Yeah, neatnaked.com.
That sounds great. Well, thank you. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks, ladies. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Time for Hotline Clean.
Hotline Clean.
It's time for Hotline Clean.
Okay, so we have Dwight from Dakota.
Dwight
from Dakota.
What does he want to know?
He wants to know how long we sit there and you wait for a client to come to the front door.
Interesting question.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting because sometimes I'll have my girls will call me and be like, Missy, nobody's answering the door. And I'm like, well, how long have you been there?
Right.
If it's been 5 minutes, you need to leave.
Yeah.
Go move on to the next one.
Okay, so that's your threshold, 5 minutes?
I mean, roughly, we're not going to sit there and wait 10, 15 minutes for you to answer the door. You have an appointment.
Yes. And we've unfortunately found ourselves sitting and waiting for 10, 15 minutes. I totally agree. And that's when I decided, like you, there has to be we have to make some kind of rules or policies about this. You know what I'm saying? I think 10 minutes is not entirely unreasonable.
Right.
But anything longer than 10 minutes is definitely unreasonable.
Yeah.
And it's rude. Yeah, it is.
But you're wasting my time.
Right.
And you know how I am about time.
Right.
I don't like my time being wasted.
At all. And you're on schedule.
Yes.
You know what time we're going to be here.
You're behind schedule. It just makes your everything like you're behind all day. You're trying to catch up and running, trying to catch up.
And with more people working from home, I have found that, we sometimes have encountered longer wait times, but we try to stay on top of it. Like we have one gentleman who works from home and, he answers the door sometimes at about 10 minutes or so, and I have to remind my ladies of that. But, that's just a habit of his that we've, gotten used to. But some 10 minutes and beyond is ridiculous.
It's like you don't even know if they're home. They're not answering the door. And if that would be different if I know they're inside working and they got to, wrap up a call or whatever. That I can understand that. But, I have one lady that is, that I walked out on the other day. Yeah. Then she's a regular client. And so she's very nice, but I always make sure that I'm there at her house at the end so I can walk through and make sure the house looks good because she's a high-end client is what she is. So I want things to be done right so we don't have to go back, right?
Right.
So I always do my walkthrough over there. And the girls were standing in the front of the house because she had told them, just give me a minute. Because she works from home, right? So we were standing there, I think about 10 minutes, and then I hear her get on the phone and make a phone call to her husband and telling her husband about this email that she's been typing up. It's a personal email. And now she's on a personal call.
Oh, goodness.
And we've been standing there for 10, 15 minutes.
Oh,
and I'm
man.
this whole time, I thought she was actually working. No, she's working on her private email.
Oh, goodness.
And so when I realized that, I was like, yeah, let's go.
Right.
And I told her, I was like, hey, I've got to go.
Right.
I was like that because I felt like that was very rude.
It was,
You know?
And that's why it's important. Like you're setting an example as a business owner. You have to set these boundaries.
Yeah.
And these rules because, like you said, anything beyond 10 minutes, especially when you know that we're going to be there, and most times that's the case. Anything past 10 minutes is kind of ridiculous. So, Mr. Dwight,
thanks for asking that
thanks
question.
for asking that question. I think it was actually a good one.
It was.
And will be helpful to many. So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, we have some sponsors, huh?
Yes, we do. We have Smart Business Commerce. You can always go to them to get any of your credit card processing done. And then Custom Boats, Docks, and Decks out in East Texas.
Excellent.
And then you've got one too?
Yes, Lavender Sky. You know, they make the most beautiful waist beads. So you guys got to get some of those before summertime is coming up.
Yep, I need 5 personally.
Yeah. Well, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
The prices are great, but yeah, I need to buy some more.
I could totally see all of my 4 girls wearing them.
Yes.
And then, of course, Mama needs one too.
Yes. I'm going to get you. That's what I'm going to get you for your birthday.
Okay.
So go to lavendersky.shop, you guys, and check them out. And thank you guys for joining us for this episode.
Be sure to like, share, and follow all of our social media content.
Only Maids Podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next time on Only Maids.
Thank you. We want to pick your brain and get all of that good knowledge you have.
My brain is pickable and it's for rent.
Thank you.
But they're missing exactly what they do. When they say that they clean toilets, what they're doing is they are the first line of defense in the health of the public.
This podcast has been brought to you by Little Buddy Productions. Go to www.littlebuddyproductions.com for all your video production needs for your small business, nonprofit, or for event videography.